Okay, good evening, dear ladies and gentlemen. Your Serge is here with you, and today I wanted to talk about a cultural aspect of how Americans write their numbers. When I worked with an American guy from Nebraska, I paid attention that he wrote numbers a little differently from the Russian people, and I looked this thing up in the internet and actually found out that Europeans also write the numbers the same way as Russians do. So Americans are very different in this aspect. So here on this whiteboard, I presented the way that Americans usually write their numbers, unlike the rest of the world, including Europe and Russia. So here in the upper line is the way Americans write their numbers. So for example, they write number one like this without this additional element like it is usual in Russia and Europe. And two is like this, so it's basically the same. And three, and also Russians and Europeans sometimes write four with this round-like shape. So it's like this round or oval top part. And Americans always write number four with the straight line. So it's like a square here and then the straight line. Number five is approximately the same. Also, you can see that numbers 6 and 9 in US, they write them without these additional hooks on top for number 6 and on the bottom for number 9, as in Russia and Europe. In America, they don't have to just draw a straight line and then this circle in the bottom for number 6 and this circle on top for number 9 and a straight line. So number 6 and 9 are different, and also number 7 is different here. In US, they don't have this bar here in the middle for number 7. Just write it like this. But in Russia, they couldn't do it because it would be very similar to number 1, so there could be a confusion. You know, why I came up with this video is that I remember that when I worked there, we had a person in the logistics department, and she was counting stuff like making spreadsheets, and she miscalculated something because she was presented by the American guy that I worked with. She was presented numbers that she had to do calculations with, and she had mistaken number 1 for number 7, and so she calculated that way, and the calculations were wrong. That's why it's very important when you work with Americans that you pay attention to how they write their numbers. For example, you know, if you were to write number 1,679 in American and European numbers, that would be completely different. For example, an American would write this number like this, and a European or a Russian guy would write this number like this. So you see the difference, 1,679. These are four numbers that are written in a very different manner. 1,679. So 6 and 9s without hooks on bottom and on top, and number 7 is without the bar. And in Russia and Europe, they sometimes have this wavy top bar, and in US, they always have this straight top bar for number 7. So this is a very important difference, and I hope this was useful for you because such cultural moments are very important when you go to US or you counteract with Americans, and you have to always take into account such things because they play a role. Thank you for your attention. This was your Surge. I'm going to try to make more useful videos for you, dear subscribers. It was a pleasure to see you all. Goodbye.